Hello and welcome to this week's Wild Spirits News. My name is Sibylle and today's subject is 2018 is your year. Let me start off by saying that I can't believe that half of 2018 is over yet. I don't know about you, but these past 6 months, how can they have flown past so quickly? I know a lot has already happened and I've done a lot in this year, but in a way, I still feel like I've only just started settling into this new year, and like New Year's Eve wasn't all that long ago. But suddenly here we are in July, and half the year is over. Now, many of us started the year and start every year with good intention. Some with good intentions or plans or goals. Some make resolutions. Others, like me, set goals for the year, yearly goals. I always review the previous year and then set my goals and action steps for the next year, and I review those regularly. With all of these processes, the big challenge is, of course, following through on all of these. And I think we've all been there. Obstacles, challenges always happen, and inevitably sometimes a goal or a plan will fall through in the course of living. It becomes a casualty of life, so to speak. Now, first of all, if you're on track with your goals, that's absolutely great. It's time to pat yourself on the back, and also for a celebration, because 6 months of consistency, of consistently working on something, is really nothing to sneeze at. So you deserve some praise, and you definitely deserve a reward, and you deserve to celebrate. Now, if you're not in a good place right now, or if you feel like you've dropped the ball, like you've fallen off the wagon, if you feel like you've screwed it up with your goals this year, that too just happens. And I'm here to tell you, there's still time. A year is only it's an artificial unit that we decide on. Here's where a year starts and here's where it ends. It's kind of a handy unit to set goals in, but in reality you can set new goals and start turning things around at any time. Just like the famous Monday diet, a healthy eating regime doesn't have to start on a Monday. People always say, "Oh yeah, from next Monday on, I'm going to eat well," and this is usually followed by a weekend of complete overeating, junk food, and all the sins combined, and usually piling on a couple more pounds because on Monday the scary diet starts. That's not how these things work. If you want to do something, start it now. You can do it at this moment, and I don't mean tomorrow, I mean today, I mean right now. What I often hear from both personal friends and clients in my coaching business is that they started working on something with the best of intentions and a lot of enthusiasm and energy and motivation, and then inevitably something happens, some major catastrophe happens, a life event or something, some obstacle turns up that completely throws them off course. If that is you, if that has happened to you or is happening at the moment, here's a few truths for you, and they might be hard truths, but it might be time for you to hear them. First of all, it happens to everyone. It's not the exception, it's actually more like the rule. There are studies and books about this. I can't tell you why. If you're philosophically or spiritually inclined, you could see it as life testing your resolve. How serious are you about this goal? So as soon as you start working, as soon as you maybe start gaining traction and seeing the first successes, like clockwork, something is going to happen. So the question, why me, is maybe a bit pointless. Drop that and just accept that this is how things go sometimes. The second point is, it doesn't matter what happened. What matters, what's important, is how you react to what's happened. There is always a choice. I'll give you a couple of examples. For example, in my own life, you might have heard my story of how I went bankrupt many years ago. I was in a really bad place. There were times when I had no money to buy food. Do you know what I always had money for? My coach. Because I knew that I'd have no chance to get through this without coaching, that this is when I needed it the most. That was my reaction to going bankrupt. Not, oh sorry, I can unfortunately not afford to improve my life. But my reaction was, I need it more than ever. And I would have done anything. I think I would have robbed a bank to be able to afford my coaching, because I knew that was essential. And another example is a client of mine, lovely person, by the way. None of what I'm saying is making any judgment about you as a person. I have just given an example of my own life where I persisted. There's also examples from my own life where I dropped the ball, so I'm not a saint or anything, and neither is that woman that I'm telling you about a bad person or deficient or in any way. So this client of mine, this was back in the days when I still charged monthly for my coaching instead of selling programs like I do these days, a 90-day program and a 180-day program. In those days, I charged by the month. And she stopped her coaching before she meant to, because her life basically fell apart, and I really felt sorry for her. It was awful. It came completely out of the blue. She thought she was happily married, and then her husband came home one day and said, "By the way, I've met someone else and I want a divorce." And it was completely devastating. She'd been married for 15 years, and again, she thought they were happy. And again, I'm not blaming her at all, but she said, "I'm in such a state right now. I've had to move out. I'm back with my parents at the moment. There's no internet there. I don't even know how to do the coaching sessions. I don't know how to even do this." And I have all the understanding in the world. But again, there's always a choice. She didn't have to drop the coaching. You can always find a way. You can find a place with Wi-Fi where you can still talk to your coach. You can decide, okay, this is an obstacle. This is now keeping me from doing X, Y, Z, coaching, pursuing my passion, finding my life purpose, pursuing that goal. It doesn't matter which it is. Oh, it keeps me from it because I have no money, I have no time, something bad happened, X, Y, Z. Or you can say, now I need to do it twice as much. It's even more important for me to do what lights me up, to get my coaching, to get a training, to finish my education, to whatever it is that you're doing or working on. And the third point is, if you've already dropped the ball, forgive yourself. It's something that has happened to everyone. I have dropped things and fallen off the wagon so many times when it comes to getting back in shape, when it comes to working on my business more consistently, in lots of different ways, I have dropped the ball. And everyone I know, every single person I've ever met in my life has done this at some point. So stop beating yourself up already and use the energy that you're wasting on feeling bad about yourself. Use that energy on turning things around, on making different choices, on taking steps to do things differently and to pick up your goals again and to start working on it again and to sign up again for the gym or for the coaching or for whatever it is and get back to work. 2018 can still be your year. Half of it is over, that is true. But the great news is that half of it is still ahead of you. Would you like to join my tribe of wild spirits? All you need to do is go to wildspiritscoaching.com and fill in the little form there. You'll receive a weekly email full of information and recommendations, inspiration, and special offers that are often exclusive to the people on my email list. So go to wildspiritscoaching.com and sign up. You can also Google Wild Spirits Coaching. That'll get you to my website as well. I promise I will never ever spam you, nor will I ever share your details with anyone else. Thanks for watching.